Today's episode is sponsored by No Nut November. Good luck.
Funny.
Get ready to talk, all my fellow feature outlaws, as this is Card Game vs. Humanity, and I am the NAKK Double G. Back with another week of recaps where I talk about all the things that happen in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters, especially the episodes that are nothing but 88% talking. So as per usual, if you enjoyed, don't forget that sub, that bell, that like, hit up that Patreon if you want to support me. Leave a comment telling me if you think it was necessary to have an entire third episode just to cover the last two turns of this duel. A duel that begins with Arcana even looking more like a piece of shit despite being the one trying to talk it. Knowing his best plan to defeat the Pharaoh has already failed.
Now I'll place one monster face down.
Pretty sure that's a back row. Also, didn't you summon like a monster this turn already? Pretty sure it was like a 5-star monster too. Yugi says that Arcana doesn't know a damn thing about what being a true magician is really like. Which, coming from the man who basically invented it about 5,000 years or so ago, yeah, it's hard to argue with him. Luckily for Yugi too, Arcana only has 1,500 life points left and is wide open to a direct attack. So naturally Yugi has a monster with a perfect amount of attack points to take that out. I'm talking about Gazelle, the king of the mythical beast. Even more luckily for Arcana, he has another trap card that doesn't really exist called Shadow Balance. Also known as the Demon's Hookah, it destroys all monsters on the field that aren't willing to participate in the smoke circle. As we all know from the drug awareness commercials in the early 2000s, Yugi couldn't be a strong duelist if he were to take marijuana. He wouldn't be able to cheat constantly and defeat his enemies with ancient Egyptian magic if he was busy being all high looking at his cards saying, whoa man, look at the stars on that monster. It's Arcana's turn and he draws the game-winning card, and technically that's kind of true too. Also notice the Dark Magic Curtain, another card that I'm pretty confident Yugi stole from him after this duel, because I'm starting to realize how many staple support cards that he uses in the rest of the series were first used by Arcana here. Summoning the bad boy magician to the field once again before activating Anti-Magic Arrow, which apparently is just like Heavy Storm or Harpy's Feather Duster because it had no cost and all of Yugi's cards are just gone. With nothing to protect himself, Arcana attacks for game with a Dark Magician, when all of a sudden Yugi reveals that he has a second Dark Magician lurking in his deck. Yes, I know it's fucking unbelievable.
I'd know if another Dark Magician card existed.
Sorry bitch, but Magician's Force just came out yesterday and I happen to have pulled a certain secret rare. Arcana doesn't even bother asking questions about what this monster does and just blindly attacks like a real man, losing his Dark Magician in what was probably the slowest death animation I've seen in the series.
But why?
Because you attacked without asking questions. Just wait for the frickin' points to register first. Yugi attacks Arcana directly on his next turn without any fear of the face down card that was apparently on the side of his field still for some reason, winning the duel and forcing Arcana to give the most overdramatic scream of all time.
When you mistreat your cards, you pay a high price.
So does that mean when I was 13 and threw stacks and stacks of cards into the ceiling fan to watch them scatter everywhere, that doesn't count as mistreatment, right? Hey, Cranston Mokuba are running around town still when they conveniently run into Tristan, who's on a sick-ass motorcycle. You know, the one that no one ever talks about, but that's okay. They're directly in front of the building that they need to save Yugi in already. Convenient. Back to the duel, Yugi says this man is nothing but a fraud, a fake, a failed magician. The only thing he succeeded in doing today is losing in his own sick and twisted game. We then get a clip of Solomon Moto's audition to be the vocalist for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Theme song.
What's coming?
Fortunately, despite finding the exact room that was harboring Yugi in this massive building that they were able to navigate in seconds, doors bolted shut and they're unable to help our hero. Oh no, the dark energy disc is gonna get me. What am I ever to do? Oh wait, never mind, I had a key the whole time. Oh no, my hands. I can't seem to use my hands. Eric is using his Millennium Magic to control me, and in about 5 minutes when the dark energy disc finally gets here, I'll be sent to the Shadow Realm. Oh hey, my name is Yugi and I finally freed myself from these shackles. Let me just stand here and watch this man flail wildly as what's supposed to be a buzzsaw, cut his legs off and probably cause him to bleed to death. Yeah, Yugi's still a bit of a dick.
Hold on!
Okay, I slowed it down during this part, and there's seriously one frame in between him running and saving Arcana from that buzzsaw. One frame. There are some characters in the show so fast that not even the animators can keep up. Instead of thanking Yugi for saving him, Arcana acts like a real alpha male, immediately turning around and smothering his sweet Catherine in the curtain, suffocating her and turning her into a mannequin that falls apart immediately. Also, apparently not even this obviously shitty, made by a third grader in art class level ruse isn't enough to deter him from assuming that Merrick still has the real Catherine somewhere. You know, they really just kind of skim the surface with the level of crazy this guy possesses, don't they? Alright, we've had 2 turns of dueling, that's far too much. It's time for me to talk for 15 minutes. My name is Merrick and I can control people with my Millennium Rod. Did you know that? I want the power of the Pharaoh and I want to defeat you and claim your Millennium Puzzle. I want to take back what should rightfully be mine. I also want to remind you of this monologue every frickin' time that we meet. I also want to show you flashbacks of when I took control of Bandit Keith because this episode has literally nothing but talking in it. Once I claim the power of the 3 Egyptian god cards in the Millennium Puzzle, I will rule the world. What are you gonna do to stop it?
Oh yeah? Just watch me, Merrick.
Nice, Yugi. That was a nice comeback. I want to spend 5 more minutes explaining things that we've already heard multiple times from both Ishtars already. What will I actually do when I get to the point of ruling the world? I haven't really thought about it.
But I can't just take the Millennium Puzzle from you. According to the ancient scriptures, I have to defeat you in a duel first.
I want to take these things from you, Yugi, I really do, but according to the rules of the game that no one ever seems to explain how or why ever got developed, I must obey the strict code of honor instead of stabbing you repeatedly like my father. Merrick claims that Yami doesn't even know how to use the powers that lay dormant within him, so basically every Shonen Jump anime protagonist ever. Merrick then gives Yugi the same advice I'd give any teenager deciding who to pursue as a future girlfriend.
Beware the quiet one.
Oh shit, did I just spend the last 10 minutes explaining the same things we've heard in the last 10 episodes? Oh wait, hold on, I'm not done talking. Did you know I want the power of the Pharaoh and I need the Millennium Puzzle and the 3 Egyptian God cards to claim it? Did you know that I'm gonna banish Yugi to the Shadow Realm and then I'm gonna rule the world? Did I say these things enough? Have I said it enough?
Yugi!
Did he just shoulder tackle through a fucking steel door that was bolted shut? The episode ends with Yugi holding a grown man in his arms before quickly heading over to Merrick, who is currently stripping and feeling himself up. Man, this episode sucks. Well, that's it for this episode. I want to thank you all for watching, and of course, a shout out to all my patrons. Did you know that this show likes to talk? I heard the characters in this show like to talk about stuff. They repeat it a couple hundred times, too. Did you know this show likes to talk? This has been the man from Earth with all the girth, ladies and gentlemen. I've been talking a lot. Be the character you know you're worth. I've been talking a lot. Be the character you know you're worth. I've been talking a lot. Be the character you know you're worth. I've been talking a lot. Be the character you know you're worth. Let me just stand here and watch this man flail wildly. We then get a clip of Solomon Moto's audience audition, also known as the Demon's Hookah. It destroys all monsters on the field that aren't willing to participate. Oh my god, I don't think I've ever done that before.